And off we go. This way, I suppose? Maybe? Okay, things in that direction. Number one, right here. What new mechanic have you got for me this time? Substitution. Ah. Can I reach you from here? No. Alright. Have a fan blade. I probably want you straight back again, or do I want the box? I think I want to sacrifice the box. Point you at that, point you at that. Okay, so it's going to be a question of what don't we need?
I've had a closer look at the Somnodrome. It's based on the original prototype with some modifications. As usual, the data is a mess, but I strongly suspect there might be a functional version somewhere.
I know some of you have heard stories about the answers this device might reveal, but please remember, that is not our main priority here. Keep an eye open for it, but focus on finding Athena.
I'll focus on whatever I want to focus on. But you can't stop me. Beloved Founder, I beg you to return to us. We cannot achieve the goal without you. You are the one who defied Elohim, who overcame the trials of the simulation. What are we before that? How can we possibly find a path that will not lead to the mistakes of the past? You are our sole link to the wisdom of the progenitor. Without you, we are lost. Not sure about all that. Excerpted from What's Wrong with the World by G.K. Chesterton. Our modern prophetic idealism is narrow because it has undergone a persistent process of elimination. We must ask for new things because we are not allowed to ask for old things. The whole position is based on this idea that we've got all of the good that can be got out of the ideas of the past. But we have not got all of the good out of them, perhaps at this moment not any of the good out of them. And the need here is the need of complete freedom for restoration as well as revolution. There is one metaphor of which the moderns are very fond. They are always saying, you cannot put the clock back. The obvious and simple answer is you can. A clock, being a piece of human construction, can be restored by the human finger to any figure or hour. In the same way, society, being a piece of human construction, can be reconstructed upon any plan that has ever existed. You can indeed turn the clock back, but if it stops ticking, it's dead. Black Snow, from selected archive documents A through C. The coal mine finally brought decent jobs. It lifted us up from poverty, made us proud. We weren't just ordinary workers, we were the lords of the underworld, and with our skills we kept the whole country alive. The mine also brought black lung, gruesome injuries, and death, and when it went away, the collapse of our entire society. As for the plant, I knew it brought electricity and even more jobs, and I know what a difference that made in people's lives. I also know that when we used to go out and play, there were black flakes in the snow. Why didn't they just switch to a safer technology once they realised coal was dangerous? They didn't always have a choice. Sometimes coal was all they had, or were allowed to have, and the alternative was poverty. At other times they wanted to switch, but there were powerful interests that prevented change. You can't blame people for the world they were born into. This is a rather out-of-the-way, solitary structure. It's another terminal. Bless me. Sneeze.
You may wonder why I insist on these unsanctioned, unplanned expeditions. Some think it is because I hate civilization and prefer to lose myself in nature. This is precisely the opposite of the truth. It is because I love New Jerusalem that I have to leave. Because it is only when I am here that I fully appreciate what the city means. And also because I believe that if I stayed at home, I would one day be ethically compelled to commit acts of violence against those who, in their arrogance, imagine that humans should live in harmony with the chaos that surrounds us.
I think you just...
Died. That's what I think I just perished. I think I just dug too deep. And subsequently cut off all your dialogue. Picked up a decryption key of some kind, was what you were going to say before you were so rudely interrupted. Anyway. Puzzle number 2. Possibilities. Will you really not let me jump off of you? Huh. Well. I have a box. It doesn't work. I can't get back there. I can do that to get through here. That will get me through there fully once I have the blue. I can just... Right. You give me blue. Assuming you will stay blue, you will. Easy puzzling. You need green again. You always need green. You are constantly in need of green. These deer are everywhere. Prometheus seems to want to help us succeed one way or another. The mythological Prometheus was a trickster, and it seems his holographic equivalent has similar tendencies. These sparks seem designed to allow us to skip puzzles, a function that appears to run counter to whatever intent there is behind this place. Still, the terminals for using them are right there in the puzzles, so Prometheus must have some legitimate authority in all this. Sparks can be recovered by properly solving the puzzles. What did our puzzles represent to the Founder? Whatever they may mean to us and our culture, what did they mean to her? We have no record of her speaking positively about puzzles. She certainly never expressed any interest in solving more of them. So what if to her they weren't trials to overcome or challenges to enjoy, but a trap she had to escape? Wasn't all she wanted at the end to stop solving puzzles and live a free life in the real world? Then why are there more of them here? The wall. The jammer. Okay, and that opens that. And then there's a drill around here that I could take. Well, I have a cube. Can't bring it through there, though. Could swap it for you. And then pop it through, I suppose. But now I can't get through myself. But that's clearly no good. I could also swap it for a jammer. But I can't even jam that barrier from this angle. So this also appears to be no good. I can swap you over there. It could allow me to do some interesting things. Like I can sacrifice this cube all the way over here. Do I need a cube for anything? I don't think so. The cube's just kind of a sacrificial lamb. Turns out I'm done already.
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
Huzzah. There's no green lasers in there, so there's no way I'm hitting that from that puzzle. Probably a triangle one over there. That or the golden door puzzle. Number 4. Prison. Well, not much I can do here apart from that. That's a lot of options. Okay, need red over there. So, grab you. I can totally open both of these. I just need the right angle. Okay. Extra connector. Now I would like you... How do I even get you? I think I need 3 cubes. So... connect that there. Kinda. I'm gonna need a cube. So I need the blue laser to go up and over the red laser. Like that. That'll let me bring you through. Grab another cube. Take you. Grab another cube. Now I can stack some cubes to get over here. Good, the switch lets me out. Now, swap you all back to being connectors again. You, and you. holds itself open. I think I'm going to want to bring red around this way. I might need a cube, I'm not sure yet. I will need a cube. How do I want to do this? I don't need to bring that there. I just need... That'll do. Simply lets me straight back out again.
Wandering around these landscapes, solving puzzles. In a way, 1K's experience must be very similar to Athena's in a simulation.
There's one difference, though. Athena was alone.
Whee! Funk. Yep, it's a triangle. All around. I'll be needing you. Jammer. Need green. Alright. Going to need you, clearly. Did that puzzle have any green in it? I don't think it did. I'm trying to figure out how I get green over to the star killer. Don't think I can see it from this angle. This one definitely didn't have green. I'll need to go back and check. Let's jam you. Well, that lets me bring this all the way around to here. We open that from that direction. Bring the jammer past there like that. Jam you from that side. Okay, that still gives me everything open. Can't I just... No, I can't. I don't have any sight of blue laser. So, you then. There we go. Now there is a green laser. But I'm pretty sure I can't see that all the way over there from this angle. May as well have a go, though. Somewhere generally over there. I don't think I have the angle from here, but it's a possibility. Not seen any static connectors I can bounce lasers off on yet. Doesn't necessarily mean they don't exist and I haven't seen them. Like that up there, I think. What's an RGB converter? You would need red and blue, then, in that case. Can I see it from over here? Kinda. Kinda not. There are some pillars in the way. That angle is not going to work.
Mother, can I suggest something?
Of course, go ahead.
The southern part of the island is completely dead. No animals, no plants. The soil is too alkaline for anything to live except bacteria.
Yes, that's why it's a good location for some of the experiments.
Well, if we want to show that we can make the cosmos more beautiful, then why don't we start there? The desert doesn't have to be dead. If we modify the conditions, life can thrive there. And that could be the first step towards spreading life to other worlds. What do you think?
I think that sounds like a plan.
Twice! Accumulator. How do I get through there? I would need a jammer. Or one extra object to play with. That could get us through both. So there's some red to play with. Problem is... both you and you. perhaps if... Okay, that does take down both of the barriers. Good. Right, there's blue. That's more helpful. You can go away, you can go away. Jam that. Swap. Get my blue back out again. You there, jam. Jam. Open.
I often think about how many cities there are out there, under the ocean. Cities where people lived for thousands of years. Cities with their own history, their own culture. All of it lost under the waves. If they'd been less greedy, they could have kept all that.
I don't think we can pass moral judgment on an entire species based on the decisions of a handful of leaders. But I do think they made a mistake. They stopped caring about what they built. They stopped seeing the romance of civilization.
Right, there's green. Now, it's not currently doing anything, so... I'm gonna need something to redirect it, and the only angle that's really possible is over here. Can I... Swap that, open that. Stick you through there. Green. From there. Target!
Horses are broken, not taught. That is the way of humankind.
Rather pessimistic, aren't you, Pandora? I thought you still had some hope left in that box of yours. Puzzle number 6. Long path up to it. Up and down. Okay, we have a bit of an elevated position, and another. Blue around there, green over there. Okay, blue is going to be the final thing I need to do. To open that, but I would need an extra thing to even exchange for that box in the first place. I can detach the fan. And that fan. I even start? I feel like I want to get that box up there. So this should be a decent start. Can't see it, so the box is going to be immediately too useful for anything apart from being a sacrificial lamb. So there it goes. If I could get a fan up there, that would be great, but I don't think that's possible. Yeah, now I kind of need the box. No, I really need the box. That I need the fan back. How do I get a fan up there? Maybe if... Yeah, cool, I can do that. That seems important. I can. And also... Options, options, such options. Reach that from here. Yes, good. Very good. Extremely good. Didn't even need the box trick at all, I don't think. From Philosophius of Idana to Dr. Faustus, from Marlowe to Goethe. There's a story that the ancients kept telling, a wise man tempted by the devil to sell his soul in exchange for knowledge, with terrible consequences. I've long wondered why they thought this story so important, and I'd be curious to hear what others think. The ancient writers knew that knowledge is dangerous, and its pursuit often leads to tragedy. Knowledge is dangerous for those who want to hoard power. These stories are designed to keep ordinary people complacent. And yet, in a lot of the stories I've read, the writer seems fascinated with the devil's side of the argument. 1K speaks wisely. The world is a narrative, and nothing is more threatening than a misleading story. Please spare us that nonsense about narratives. We've heard it a million times. Let's all stay civil, please. It's New York. New York was a place that aroused great passions. Some loved it and some called it the greatest city in the world. Others hated it and called it an ugly cesspit full of rude snobs. I don't know where the truth lies, but I know it was a place full of life. There was always something new going on, people rushing about, excitement in the air. It must have been an overwhelming sensation to stand in the canyons formed by those giant skyscrapers in a crowd of people, feeling history happening all around you. Don't know, I've never been. Poisonous Humility, adapted from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. But what we suffer from today is humility in the wrong place. Modesty has moved from the organ of ambition. Modesty has settled upon the organ of conviction, where it was never meant to be. A man was meant to be doubtful about himself, but undoubting about the truth. This has been exactly reversed. Nowadays, the part of a man that a man does exert is exactly the part he ought not to assert, himself. The part he doubts is exactly the part he ought not to doubt, the divine reason. Huxley preached a humility content to learn from nature, but the new skeptic is so humble that he doubts if he can even learn. Thus, we should be wrong if we had said hastily that there is no humility typical of our time. The truth is that there is a real humility typical of our time, but it so happens that it is practically a more poisonous humility than the wildest prostrations of the aesthetic. The old humility was a spur that prevented a man from stopping, not a nail in his boot that prevented him from going on. The old humility made a man doubtful about his efforts, which might make him work harder. But the new humility makes a man doubtful about his aims, which will make him stop working altogether. I had to read this twice to fully understand it. More understandable than some of the texts from the first game in particular. Excursion Report 3. It's incredible. There's an entire submerged town just off the coast, surprisingly well preserved. Sailing over it, I finally understood what the ancients meant by eerie. I obviously couldn't have the kind of physiological response they did, but I think the mental response was pretty close. A contradictory response. Part melancholy, part fascination. It's strange how tragedy and destruction make the beauty of civilization more obvious. P.S. A deer got into the maintenance area and made a huge mess. Sorry, I'll clean it. P.P.S. I may have been feeding it. From Hypatia's Journals. Page 296. Cornelius and Sarabai went to the dam today. We've been holding off on constructing any new humans to concentrate on building a home for them first, but there's a limit to what 13 people can do on their own, and everyone is eager to start construction on some of the more ambitious structures. Sarabai's kindness and patience is something that we'll certainly miss out here, where tempers can sometimes run high. And I'll miss Cornelius too. He was there when I was born, and he is just as much a father to me as Athena and Alexandra Drennan are my mothers. But I suppose I can always go visit them. The dam isn't that far, and once we complete the monorail in a few decades, it will truly only be a few minutes away. And what are a couple of dozen years, really, when you might live forever?
Something I really like about Alex, one of the reasons why I'm here doing this, is that she's really humble. She has this incredibly positive view of humanity. She believes we can accomplish anything. But it's not about her. She doesn't think that she's smarter or better than anyone else. She just looks at us as a species. And even though she can see how small we are in the grand scheme of things, she thinks that we could conquer the stars and give meaning to the universe. Even now, even when none of us are going to live to see it. Isn't that awesome?
Propulsion is pretty awesome. Okay, I can pass a thing through. What am I aiming for here? Something a little bit like that, I should think. Okay, good. I can do that again. Pass that through. Get that. On this side, really, somehow. And I don't think that's possible, so... reset that. That means I'm gonna need you down here. Cube. Accumulator. Charged. I swap you back to you. Back to you. Whoops. That there. Swap around and open.
I am so glad I'm not in charge of solving these.
And 8. Transmission. It goes a long way up. That is a drillable ceiling. Hey, it's one of you. Okay, that's pretty cool. That lets me get up and down from that ceiling without needing to use the fan again. Pretty neat. From up here I can disregard the laws of physics. Yeah, sure, swap to that. Hole there, cool. Why not? Nectar. Sure, I'll drop down a connector. Why not? Do that. I can do that. Don't even need that hole there. It is a pointless hole.
Miranda, would you like to play a game?
A game? That sounds like fun.
It is. Remember what Alexandra Drennan said about games?
They're part of what makes us human.
Exactly. And this is a game Alexandra Drennan designed when she was still in school. It's based on her favorite book. Have a go.
Is this game of which you speak? Petromenos and classic style stars. Classic style star. Elegance. Nothing else I can do with that right now. Driller. Stuff through there. Well, initial first step is gonna have to be bring you through. Now I have a second thing I can use. Don't need you right now. Grab a connector. Let's redo that, but I'm missing fan. And I cannot take that fan. Yep, definitely can't grab that. In that case, I'm not sure how I get up there at all. Oh, there's a fan back there I didn't see. I would need to sacrifice something to get at it, though. Suppose I'll sacrifice the drill for a second. I feel like I kind of need it back straight away, though. Tell you what. Achieve anything. Ugh. Swap you back to that. Let's get rid of a jammer over there. Jammer is not one of the things I need. there's any way to turn you on that doesn't involve... Yeah, I can't hit that from down here. Where do I get a second thing from? Also, I really need you to be a jammer for later, once I actually get up there. To get the fan. How do fan? I know. The same thing I messed up once before. I can put that through there. I fumbled around with that once previously. Same little mechanic who's tricked me twice now. Stick a connector through a hole, and it will still remain connected. Is there any lab around here? Presumably, but I've not found it yet. Let me check. Yep, there definitely is. Where is it then? I haven't seen it yet. I saw you from a distance. You're pointing off in this direction. Somewhere. Maybe. Maybe not. I found the edge of the area. Sprite, Sprite, where are you, Sprite? You're not a sprite. Neither are you. Anybody seen any sprites around here? Carbonated or otherwise?
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics. Yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood.
There it is. Also, that was a different one. Stratton of Stragerius. Parkour. And off we go. Thanks for that. Hello, what's this? Somewhere I'd like to come back to if I can find my way back to it again. Really? Really? Annoying. Got any cubes around here? Or related? I need an object for that. Now what's all this? More triangles. There's the lab. Or not. Rather more dilapidated. Not everything the founder built lasted. One of the founder's labs seemed to have collapsed. I guess that shows that even the founder has limits. There's no human building that can survive without maintenance. Roots are stronger than concrete. Unless she destroyed it on purpose, of course, but it seems like the ceiling just came down. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the puzzle clusters on the island correspond to the presence of labs, except the lab near our base camp, which doesn't have any puzzles attached to it, though it does have other strange structures surrounding it. Are the puzzles guiding us to the labs, or are we just finding the labs by accident? So much for that one. Now see here, buddy. I wasn't watching where it went. There it is. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Target.
Paradise cannot be found. It must be built.
Okay. Did the collapsed lab count as our actual lab? I think it might well have done. It did. Good. That means I've not missed anything. It's bridge o'clock. Simple one. Geometry. Geometry. Geometry? Hello? Is there a structure that failed to load in or something? Polygons. That was quite the bug. Oh, there he is.
Friend, and heed my words. Beware Pandora. She is nothing but fear and despair, and she will do anything to prevent you from reaching the flame. It is she who disrupted the trials of the Sphinx, and who bound me in the...
Bound me in the...
Okay. Looks like our hypothesis was correct. The megastructure is opening again. Everyone come to the VTOL, please. It's time to find Athena.
What about Pandora? She seems capable of displacing or controlling the other entities.
We should be careful, but we can't let such a vague threat paralyze us. Just keep your eyes open.
Aha! I found a technical issue. Very strange, that one. Bewildering indeed.
There's something I've been thinking about. I know the New Alexandria disaster was traumatic. I know accidents like that make us think that it's best to stick to what we have. But what about all the accidents that have happened in New Jerusalem that nobody talks about? The collapse of the Rakovsky building. The Calvin Street explosion. The derailment that almost killed Benaroya and Kaneda. All of those happened because we stopped investing enough resources in our civilization. And if Melville hadn't been put in charge of city maintenance, this would still be happening.
It will happen again either way. With how little we have to work with, it's only a matter of time.
You see, there may be a price for pursuing progress, but there's also a price for not pursuing it.
Oh look, more lasers. Stage is going to be filled with lasers by the time we're done.